welcome to Back of Box Recipes. My name is Barak and this is my mom, and today we're testing out the
Knox Gelatin Back of Box Recipes. This one's called, that we're gonna do is It's a Snap Cheesecake. There's two recipes on the back. One is for fruit juice blocks, but we thought the cheesecake sounded a little bit better, so we're gonna try it. There's just a couple ingredients that we need. You need one gelatin packet, a half a cup of sugar, vanilla, 2 packages of cream cheese, a half of a cup of boiling water, no, 1 cup of boiling water, I'm sorry, and a ready-to-use graham cracker crust. We don't have a ready-to-use graham cracker crust, and in case you don't either, an easy way is to get graham crackers, maybe like 5 or 6, crumble them up really, really small, or else put them in the food processor like we did, and mix a couple tablespoons of butter, mix it around, and pat it into the bottom of your pan. And then you've got a graham cracker crust. Okay, so while I'm doing this, what's our next thing we're doing? You want to talk about the importance of following the instructions.
Yes, you don't want to mix everything together, or else it might not turn out as intended. You want to do what the recipe says. So this says combine sugar and gelatin in medium bowl.
Okay.
So let's get the medium bowl,
Okay.
and we will need to combine the gelatin and the sugar.
Okay, so you do that while I'm finishing the crust. I just got my crust mixed with the 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and I'm just kind of patting it down. The cheesecake will kind of force it to be patted down, but we're just giving it a little head start. It's not a perfect crust, but it tastes like a graham cracker crust.
All right, so I poured in the sugar, and now it's time to pour in the gelatin. All right. The next step we need to do is add the boiling water, stir for 5 minutes, or until the gelatin is completely dissolved. So now let's add the boiling water. All right, so now it's time to add the boiling water. This is 1 cup of boiling water that you will pour into the sugar and the gelatin.
I think this is a good place to note that this is probably good to do with a parent. If you're younger, have your mom or dad help you with this part, because the boiling water can splash up, and especially because you're probably going to be working around a stove to get it boiling. All right, okay, so you're supposed to be stirring this, I think, for 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes.
Okay, so we've got the gelatin and the sugar and the boiling water for 5 minutes. And then the next thing we're going to do is, it says to beat the cream cheese and the vanilla in a large bowl of the mixer until it's well blended. So we're going to do that step. So we've got, it calls for 2 packages of cream cheese. We only have 1. So what we did, every once in a while you might come across a recipe that you really, really want to make, but you don't have all the ingredients. There's a lot of things out there that can be substituted for other things. And sometimes you even might want to substitute on purpose because maybe there's something that's a little bit healthier. We didn't have 2 things of cream cheese, we only had 1. And we also wanted to try to make it a little bit lighter and see if the same recipe would work. So it's a little bit of an experiment for us. So we have 1 pack of cream cheese and 8 ounces, which is equivalent size of what it was requiring, of pureed cottage cheese. I think you could also use yogurt, like a plain or vanilla yogurt. Okay, so he's still stirring for 5 minutes, and I'm gonna beat the cream cheese. You can either use the 2 packs of cream cheese, or you can do 1 pack of cream cheese and 8 ounces of a substitution like cottage cheese or yogurt. We're gonna blend that with vanilla. So vanilla, we need 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then we're gonna and I just eyeball it. This is about a teaspoon, and we're gonna beaters.
If you do not know what a teaspoon looks like, you can ask a parent and they will most likely know how much a teaspoon is.
All right, all blended up. Barak's been stirring for 5 minutes. We've got our cream cheese beat. Now we are going to beat in the gelatin mixture into this. So Barak, why don't you pour it slowly while I've got the beater on? So we'll kind of work together. You can put the spoon right in there. Okay, so I'm gonna keep the beater on.
Be careful, this is hot.
You might need to stop and scrape the sides a little bit.
And this can get a little bit messy.
All right, it's all blended. And this is cooking, and I think cooking should be fun. So you always want to taste. Make sure it tastes okay. Can you be the first to taste?
All right. Is this supposed to taste good? Like
It's supposed to taste good.
Cheesecake?
Ooh, that's good.
That does taste good. That tastes pretty good.
Okay, Barak, what does it say? Do we pour it into our pie pan, or do we gradually beat in gelatin mixture? Refrigerate 45 minutes or until thick, stirring every 15 minutes. Okay, so it says we're gonna put this into the refrigerator for 45 minutes, but every 15 minutes we're gonna go give it a little stir and it's gonna start to thicken up. So start our timer. We're gonna do 45 minutes in the fridge.
45 minutes. And remember to stir every 15 minutes. Yours may not look the same, but as long as it's generally close, it's probably okay.
Does it feel like it's getting thicker?
Yes, it does. It feels like it's really thick, and I think it could be ready. We still have 16 minutes, but I think it could be ready.
And I think it'll get firmer when we pour it into our crust and then put it in the refrigerator. We're supposed to refrigerate it for at least 3 hours. So
Yeah.
I think it'll get even firmer. All right.
But for us, we're gonna refrigerate it overnight because we don't have 3 hours. Otherwise, we'd be staying up until midnight. So we're gonna film tomorrow when we're gonna pour it in, and then we'll catch you up later. All right, now that 45 minutes is up, so let's go grab the mixture. All right, we have the mixture. Now it's time to pour in to the pan. Remember, if you don't have a ready-to-use graham crust, you can chop up about 6 graham crackers and it will work. Yeah, we're gonna get a spoon. All right, got our spoon, and now it's time to pour it in. Just put it in there. It's gonna be a little thick, but you can do it. Yeah. I'm gonna scoot it around to this side. Again, this can be a little bit messy. Make sure to have round. Try to get everything in the bowl if you can, as much as you can, I should say. All right, that is good. Now it's time to just even it out. You don't want to have too many lumps in the cheesecake, so you want it evenly spaced out. Just, you can use a spoon to even it out. Really anything that has a good solid surface. Thinking I need a little bit over there. Just kind of push it over there and even it out. All right, I think the mixture is just about done. Let's put it in the refrigerator for 3 hours. For us, it's gonna be overnight, which will get it thick and firm. All right, it is the next morning. Now it has been sitting in the refrigerator for 10 hours. We are ready to cut into it.
Okay, you want to come closer and we'll cut. Okay, it feels like it firmed up. And we just put some raspberries that were frozen. We microwaved them so that they were not frozen. There it is. It looks like a cheesecake. The Jell-O or the gelatin really made it firm up. Okay. All right, the crust. Want some berries?
Yes.
Okay, let's test.
All right. Put berry in the first bite. Yeah. All right.
It's very good. And remember, this was the variation we decided to try half of it with cottage cheese. And it's good, isn't it?
That is good.
That's good. It worked. It stayed. It didn't. It's not runny. Feels like cheesecake.
For me, not being like a cheesecake person, I actually really like it.
We think this one is a thumbs up, right?
Yep.